Hey, Bolo Buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so one of my series that I started was my bread and butter Bolo videos, and those have been a big hit. I almost feel like people like those as much or maybe even more than the big money Bolos because one thing people say is we feel like we can find these items. So in this video, these are not my items. I was searching solds for a Bolo video and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do one with items that I see at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores often. So maybe things that are easier to find. Some of these are bread and butter. Some of these are big money bolos. And some of them, it depends on what you find, whether it's a bread and butter or a big money. Does that make sense? All right, so let's get started. I'll kind of explain as we go through. All right. Thanks for being here. And if you guys like what you see, please hit that thumbs up. That helps the channel. And this is one item that I see at garage sales a lot that I don't typically pick up, but I think I should, if that makes sense. I feel like they're kind of hard to ship, but people really like these advertising wood boxes. So definitely be on the lookout for them. If you see one, look it up, see if you can find one that's similar. Some of them are bread and butter items, and some of them go for more. This one happened to sell for $39.99. It only had one bid, but that's all you need, right? So I think what's important is what it says on the side, and make sure you put in the dimensions of the box. And yeah, I would definitely, I need to pick these up when I see them. I'm going to take my advice on this. And if I find one, I will list it and I will let you guys know how I do with it. But definitely look them up because some of them can be a major bolo. Briar horses, another thing that I feel like I see all the time. I have picked up so many of these at garage sales. It's my husband, I know he's picked some up at estate sales. Now, there are different types of briar horses. Some of them are bread and butter, like this one. This one only sold for $16, but some of them go for 70, 80, 90, $100. If you can find the right ones, they go for big money. I have sold many briar horses. Most of mine have been bread and butter. So, but definitely a good be on the lookout item, especially if you can get it cheap. All right, hats. Hats in general. I actually have a video on snapback, or no, I'm sorry, it's on hats. Different hats that you can sell for big money. I think it's like my hats bolo category video. Go check that one out because you will be amazed at what hats can sell for. This is just a snapback hat. It's a Raiders hat. What my point in showing you this is hats are everywhere. They're all over the thrift stores. They are all over estate sales, garage sales, everywhere. You can find hats everywhere. So a lot of them are bread and butter, but I sold a hat, I think, for $225 that I picked up at a garage sale for 50 cents. So they are out there. So always look at hats. They're a great item. Great, great item. Stickers. Another bolo category video I did was on stickers. Vintage stickers can be anywhere from bread and butter. Like this one sticker sheet right here, guys, sold for $10. Now, is that a huge bolo? No, but it's one sticker sheet for $10. So let's say you go to an estate sale or a garage sale and you buy a stack of stickers and one sheet sells for 10, all of that is going to add up. But if you watch my sticker bolo video, there are certain sticker sheets that can sell for like 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks. It is crazy. So go check out that video for sure. They're like a hidden gem. Furbies. If you see Furbies, pick them up. Most of them are a bolo. This one sold for $20.49. So again, it's another item that ranges from bread and butter to big money. And you can pick these up at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores. Again, I see these often and I try to pick them up when I see them. Now, you do have to test them. And I had to watch a whole video on how to wake up a sleeping Furby. So I used YouTube to figure out how to wake up some Furbies that I got, which is kind of funny. The next item, this is a chocolate tin mold, another thing that I pick up. I actually picked up a Easter bunny tin mold, and when I got it home, I was like, man, this is just not in that great of shape. And I put it on Poshmark, and it actually sold. I was shocked at how fast it sold. So I am definitely going to pick up tins whenever I see them, especially if they're molds of like shapes, like the bunny. There's Halloween molds. There's character molds. So definitely be on the lookout for those if you can pick them up cheap. Again, they range bread and butter up to major bolos. It all depends on what you find. This one sold for $14.99 with one bid plus shipping. Now, this may have been an item that would have done better with a buy it now and just waiting on the correct buyer to come along and buy the item. Sometimes auctions don't get the attention and the exposure that you want them to get, and then they go for the minimum bid. The next item are Barbie dolls. Now, made in Japan is typically a good thing. This one only went for $15.50 with 3 bids, but I have sold some made in Japan Barbies for big money. So I am always on the lookout for Barbies. The next item I look for are vintage, discontinued perfumes and colognes. The sets do well. I have broken up sets before. Creams, face creams also are another item I look for. But here you have it. This is a vintage duo set. It's Babe. I've never heard of Babe. So it says Babe by Fabridge. And look them up, guys. I mean, even things like this Babe duo set that I've never heard of, it went for $24.99 and the buyer paid shipping. Is that a huge bolo? No. But I have picked up vintage perfumes at the thrift store that I have sold for hundreds of dollars. So, vintage perfume, discontinued perfume, definitely be on the lookout. All right, patches is another good item. Again, they range from bread and butter to big money bolos. It just depends what you find. This is a vintage original airborne glider Garrison cap patch from World War II. This went for $9.99 with one bid. So that's a bread and butter item. But again, patches can range, huge range. So always look them up. If you can get like a stack of patches for a certain price, I highly recommend it. Christmas, vintage Christmas items. I love vintage Christmas. I have 2 bolo or no. Yeah, I think I have 2 different videos on Christmas bolos to be on the lookout for. This one only went for 20 bucks. But again, they range from low to high. Big money, bread and butter. I pick them up. I love vintage Christmas. Do really, really well with it. One of my favorite things to sell. I think this is it's a smoker, a GDR smoker, Christmas Santa Claus. So again, that one didn't go for a whole lot. And that again might have been a good one to just put at a buy it now or best offer. Locks. Locks and keys, another thing that I'm always on the lookout for. I've done pretty well with things like this. This one sold for $19.75 with one bid, and the buyer paid shipping. Again, these are not my items. These are just items that I saw, and I was trying to look for things that I look for when I am outsourcing to help you guys, with things that might be a little bit easier to find. Again, that range from bread and butter up to big money. Barbie clothes is another thing I always look for. This one only went for $11.50, but you guys, it's a Barbie outfit. It's a dress, shoes, and a little record player. And I actually think that went pretty low because, I mean, it's a Francie and it's 1965 and it's got the black tag. You guys want to look for the black tags like this. I'm surprised this did not go higher. Maybe again, this would have done better if it was a buy it now. I don't know. There's a girl in my Facebook group, Brandy, and she has a YouTube channel. It's called My Reseller Treasure, and she talks a lot about Barbie stuff. So maybe she'll watch this video and she'll comment and let us know about this dress, what she thinks on it. But she sells dresses and Barbies for huge money, and she tells you what to look for. So definitely go check out her channel. The next item, Paradise found vintage Hawaiian shirts. Hawaiian shirts paid shipping, but it looks a little faded or, I don't know. it looks worn, I guess. Maybe it just needs ironed. But yeah, vintage Hawaiian shirts do really well. I have a video on that also. Cabbage Patch doll outfits. Okay, so these went for $41 with 22 bids. Another thing this seller could have done was maybe sold this outfit for, let's say, 15, and then each outfit for 15. They may have made more money that way. Like that one's got the little rainbow accent, kind of cute. This one has the little hat, super cute. Says I went to Scotland. So I'm guessing that these are actually Cabbage Patch outfits. I'm not seeing the actual tags. Another good idea is to also put pictures of the tags to let people know that they are branded. That may have helped this listing. All right, the next item I look for are McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Yeah. Again, they range from bread and butter to big money. This one went for $10.50. I usually pick up McDonald's toys in totes at garage sales when people are just trying to get rid of them all. And then I sell them in little lots like this. So this is from 1987. This is the Berenstain Bears. And again, not a huge bolo, but a nice little bread and butter item. I have sold McDonald's items for $50, $60, $70. So I have done well with some McDonald's items. I have a video on McDonald's bolos to be on the lookout for. Also, you guys are going to have a lot of videos to watch if you're new to my channel. All right, the next item are pencils. I always look at pencils and pens and advertising, different things like that. This one only sold for $12.95 with one bid plus shipping. But again, you can find these items at garage sales really easy, new in the package. And, these are just soccer pencils. They're vintage, but I mean, they're nothing fancy. And 12 bucks, if you can pick something up for 50 cents and turn it into $12, that's great. The next item is troll dolls. I love picking up troll dolls. I just sold a two-headed troll. I can't remember what I sold it for. It's in one of my what sold videos, but super cute. This one only sold for $24.20 with 6 bids plus shipping. But again, these are items that you can pick up relatively cheap and sell for a decent profit. All right, glass, just glass advertising in general. I don't pick up a lot of these, but they are a great item to be on the lookout for, especially at estate sales. You'll find these a lot of times like in the basement where people have just kind of hung on to things and then they kind of forget about them. But this one went for $19.99. Again, not a huge bolo, but it's got a piece of advertising on it. It's an old milk bottle. So definitely be on the lookout for those things and look them up and see what they're selling for. Okay, Libby Vintage Shamrock tumblers. Now, these only went for $29.99, which is kind of surprising because they're super cute. But tumblers, what I will do, like I got the 12 Days of Christmas. I bought mine at a thrift store and I got them really, really cheap because it was like, I don't know if it was right before Christmas and they had discounted everything and it was all of the tumblers for one price. And then I think I got 75% off or 90% off. I don't know. I think it's in one of my videos. But I will sell them individually as replacements. So I think I've got $15 with free shipping on them. So am I making a boatload of money? No. But I think doing it individually, I will make more. But I did break 2 of them. So that was no good. Vintage photos. Okay. So this is a lot of 32 vintage photo booth photos. And these sold for $29.96, 8 bids plus shipping. I have sold black and white photos. I have sold photos that are black and white with the color added. Just sold one of those for like $19. I also will lot up photos, black and whites, and I will sell them in lots kind of like this. And I do pretty well with that. So that's another thing to be on the lookout for. Razors is another thing that I look for when I am at estate sales and garage sales. I don't see a lot of razors at thrift stores, but these are 3 vintage double-edged safety razors. These only went for $18.99. So this was a bread and butter item for this seller. But there are certain brands and certain razors. One to look for is the Fat Boy. that can go for hundreds of dollars. I mean, big money in razors if you can find the right ones. Antique pillows. This one was kind of a new one to me. I've never looked for antique pillows, but I was at an estate sale recently and I saw a pillow kind of like this, a decorative pillow. It was an antique, but I almost bought it and then I didn't. But yeah, so this one was kind of surprising to me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Has anybody ever sold pillows? Antique pillows. This one sold for $37. It only had one bid, but the buyer paid shipping. And yeah, I thought it was a nice little bolo. Again, not something I typically look for, but something I may look for in the future. Singer sewing machine or any sewing machine items that are new in the package or just like little sewing kits. Like if you're at an estate sale and there's like a big sewing machine for sale, a lot of times they'll have like the little basket of sewing tools that they're selling separately. Definitely look at the tools. This sold for $11.50. So this is a bread and butter item, but some of those items can go for big money. So definitely be on the lookout. Another thing that do really well are pins. The enamel flowers, those do pretty well. Vintage pins. This one sold for $14.99 with free shipping, so not a huge bolo. Again, a huge range for items like this, but definitely be on the lookout if you can buy them in bulk. And if you guys are not watching my jewelry videos, I'm starting to test items. I'm still doing unboxings. I got a huge lot of 344 pounds of jewelry. I bought it on eBay to sell on eBay. So those videos post every Monday if you guys are interested in checking that out. Another dress. This is a vintage 1960s girls baby fancy dress, and I'm not seeing a brand on this. Looks like it has some discoloring, and this still sold for $45 with one bid, and the buyer paid shipping. So it's just got this tag right here. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for toddler dresses. Now, I have never found a pumpkin head favors envelope. Now this is I always say it wrong. I think it's B-Style. I don't know, but it looks like this. Beistle. Always look for that brand, especially Halloween. So this is for 15 well, now I'm confused. So it's got the bag and then it looks like maybe it has this inside the bag. I don't know. Anyway, this only went for $30. I'm surprised this didn't go for more. It had one bid and the buyer paid shipping. But definitely, definitely, definitely be on the lookout for vintage Halloween items. I have a whole video on vintage Halloween items. Huge money, huge, huge money in vintage Halloween. So definitely go check out that video if you want to learn more about Halloween items to sell for big money, if you're lucky enough to find them. These items are a little bit harder to find, the vintage ones, but I've also sold Halloween items that are not super, super old for good money. So be on the lookout. All right, you guys, what'd you think about this video? Not my typical video, but I kind of wanted to show you some things that I like to source for when I'm out sourcing. Like these are the things that I get excited about that I know I'm at least going to make money on it. You know, I know it's either going to be bread and butter or I might get lucky and it'll be a big money item. So thanks for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, comment, I made it to the end of the video. Hit that thumbs up. Have a great night. Share it out if you liked it. And thanks for watching. Night, night. Night, night. It's like almost midnight. So that's why I'm saying night, night. You guys are probably going to be watching this at 8 a.m. And I'm like, night, night. All right. Talk to you later.